I told you I was gonna be back. Huh?
Where you think you're going?
Through there.
Okay, y'all, so today we are in Oxnard, California, touring the DW Drum Workshop Factory. This is where they make DW drums. For those of you who are drum heads, this is where they make all the drums, the drum sets. This is where they do custom painting. We are going to tour the inside of this factory. Now, I don't have any DW drums myself. I used to own a DW kit, but now I'm playing Mapex. But I've always been a fan of DW. They really make great quality drums. Their drums are arguably some of the most expensive on the market. So today we're going to tour the warehouse to see how these drums are made. So come along with me. Now, before we actually get to the tour, this event was well put together. It was sponsored by DW, held at their Oxnard factory. These people really did a great job. They had giveaways, they had things for sale, they had drumsticks, practice pads. I mean, it was pretty much like a little mini Disneyland for drummers. They had drum sets on display, drum sets that you could try out, test out. I mean, I really just had a ball just looking at all the different kinds of inventory that they had. They had raffles, they had guest drummers that played. By the way, if you stay to the end of this video, there will be a guest performance by Mr. Gerald Hayward himself. So if you're rocking with me to the end, stay tuned, or you can just skip ahead to the end. It don't make me none. But they had a lot of things for drummers to see, do, touch, and play. And I mean, I just had an amazing time. They even had food trucks and everything else. So I really had an amazing time looking at all the different gear that they had on display, and I really enjoyed myself.
Cool. All right. You guys good? Sorry, it's a little bit of a big group. 25th anniversary kit. Certainly don't see many of these around right now. But also a local producer, kind of got out of the business and retired. We wanted to make sure John got this kit back. This is on lots and lots of records. Madonna records I know of for sure, but the list is long, and the producer just wanted to make sure John got that back. So,
cool. Who is the producer?
I can't remember the name.
What's John gonna do with it?
John's gonna keep it. We'll eventually have some sort of small museum.
Museum?
Could I get you to watch the door and just...
I don't think you took us on the last floor.
I haven't done one in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Not Home Depot for drums. It is though.
I mean, with the racks.
Oh yeah.
Is that where you make all the plywood to make all the shelves? All this is veneer, and they make all of the plywood out of veneers. Layers of 2 or 3 get glued together to make plywood. Not just that simple, they have to cut everything to the right length for the shells they're making, and there are different grain orientations, and we'll talk about that as we go in. Plywood all day long. These guys are cutting wood to the correct length for the size of shell that they're going to make, and in addition to that, sometimes the sheet of wood isn't even big enough to make it apply. So they have to do, I think, real artist craft here. They do book matching. Huge sheets, you know, maybe it's a 12-inch, 24-inch. You can actually put 3 or 4 in each press and have it done in like 4 minutes. It's plywood. Reinforcement hoops, reinforcement rings. Yep. Those are put in at the station here. You can see they're all tongue grooved. I mean, they're really, and then they're pressed in the same way the shell's pressed together. And that'll add, it'll enhance attack. Hey everybody, this is Jake and Jose.
Hey, Jake and Jose.
The only unfortunate shell is going to be a 9-ply BLT. I explained the whole thing as I'm doing it. So for the 9-ply BLT, we're going to start off with this 3-ply outer. That's a vertical grain. That'll be the outside of the drum. Long grain in between, vertical grain on the backside. Makes up the 3 plies. The first thing I do is double-click through on both ends. And we do this so when our shell comes together, we always get a solid steel seat. Lay this flat on here. Then we'll get a 4, that's a 3-ply as well. Vertical grain, long grain, vertical grain. I'll take this, hand it over to Jake. He'll put it in on that side of the roller. Come down on this end. As it's coming out, we get an even spread of glue on both sides. So we check the glue line. Make sure it's good and even. We'll lay it on here. And we stagger it out, so when it comes together, we get an even spread, so it makes a stronger drum on this. And we'll finish it off with another 3-ply, vertical, long, vertical. That'll make up the 9 plies of this shell. Then we bring it all together. So I'll get my inner, my core, and my outer. At this point, it starts looking a little more like a drum. Still real flimsy and pliable. So from here it goes over to the hot press. I'm going to go right between everybody here, and you guys can follow me down to the end. This press will give the shell 2,600 pounds of pressure per square inch. The machine's heated a little under 200 degrees, and it cooks in here for 12 and a half minutes. When it's done cooking, a hot steam shell comes out of the hot press. It goes from a hot press into a cold press, which is actually on that corner. So that press will give it the same 2,600 pounds. Cools the shell down, catalyzes all the glue. By the time it's out, it's a solid round shell ready to get cut down, handed over to our next part. So I'll have Jake pull that one out so you guys can feel a cold shell. Jake. So he's pulling it out. So that one's already been cured. It's been cooked, cured, and at this point it's ready to get cut down. So he's gonna pat it down so you guys can feel a shell that's actually done already. This is the way we make every single DW shell. It goes from a hot press to a cold press. We make every size from a 6-inch, which is that big around, to a 24-inch, which is our biggest patient that we make in-house. We make every single size in between. Our A's come in and
my name is Louis. I want to welcome you all. We do all the custom training here. You guys have any questions for me?
How much is it?
How much is
The custom paint?
How much to paint?
Like, yeah, for a snare drum or something.
I have no
idea.
Oh, you just paint it. You just paint it.
Give me an order and I paint it.
Right on.
But yeah,
How long did it take for that Ferrari shell back there?
that Ferrari one,
Yeah.
if I dug it right, I could take 2 days on it.
For just one drum or?
But it's not 8 hours on it. I'll do the red, and then I'll let that sit overnight. The next day I'll do the white, which takes a few minutes. Next day I'll do the yellows, and then
Because every color has to dry.
yeah,
before you
it
get
has to dry.
So you could do a kit in like a couple days.
Yeah.
Nice.
Unless it has a lot of detail, and, people running in the beach, and people fishing, or you have to do portrait, or then it's more time.
Who have you done custom paint jobs for? Like anyone that we would know?
I think everyone you know, really.
Bro, yeah, probably.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Dang, you been here that long?
Yeah, 31 years.
Dang.
It's not coming off. But it's on, really on the grid. It doesn't change their residence. It doesn't change. And then all wraps, so it's got to be seen. But what they do, top and bottom, where the drum head is, they notch it so that it's flat. So where it meets, it's round. It's not that elongated from the last. It's very simple. Tunable, the all-ladder, and really great. And almost all of those finishes are all the way in. Sometimes you do that. Every step of the way, everybody's looking at the work that we've done before to make sure that when it gets here, they really call up the sales order, they call the drum, they put the tag in the drum with the hit. How to drum, you have all that information.
Is this from Lake Superior? Is that like one out of pure maple?
No, it's just pure maple. So all of the assembling and stuff happens here, but they polish everything, make sure everything's exactly the right color and clean. And if it's not, it gets picked back to...
You missed a spot. Just kidding.
Nice guy.
This reminds me of that scene in Drumline where he was like, "You're gonna polish the drums because you're a P1." That's dope, bro. Are you a drummer?
I'm a guitar player, but I mean I dabble.
Oh, okay. I forgive you.
DWE, Drum Workshop Electrified.
Electrified.
And basically that is a convertible acoustic electronic drum kit. Set up with mesh heads and the electronics installed. It's fast wireless. The wireless is faster than MIDI. There is no latency. There is no anything like that.
No glitching, yeah.
People from Roland, we were all acquired by Roland, and while the projects aren't intertwined in any way and are not related, DWE's been in the works for about 7 years.
What's the retail?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on
MSRP.
depends on the 4-piece kit, 5-piece kit.
feel
I
that
think the
mesh
top
head.
5-piece exotic is $10.99.
Oh.
10 grand?
Yeah, and I think
For your basic starter
the
kit?
finished ply is probably around.
Whoa.
There is no basic starter kit. They're all.
Fancy.
I mean, not fancy at all, but it is really high technical to get into getting those fat samples. I mean, that's really where the difference is going to be noticed. From a player point, it's not. I mean, modules are great, but you're limited to the amount of memory that's used. So, but once you get to a computer, people start. I'm not as worried about that anymore. I want that fat sound.
Right.
And they start using a lot more memory, and the samples become a lot richer. 3 shells, and this is with the electronics installed. And it's FSR and piezo trigger combination. But what's very cool about the snare drum is you can turn off the mag throw off and the snares go off.
Oh,
You can turn it on.
that's lit.
You can have your hand on the head and hit a cross stick, and because your hand's on the head, the FSR senses that and
Gives
gets
you
the
that.
cross stick sound.
Gotcha.
instead.
Nice.
Mark Morales
Really?
has been working on this project, I
play
think,
Ghost
for
Notes?
7 years. Actually, here's a fairly good example too of what I was talking about on the finish plug.
Yeah, the-
where they notch it out so that you get the right size where the heads go on.
Is that the nesting for the snares?
Right here is where
Are they
he's talking
calling it
about.
bed?
Yeah,
No,
it
that would
doesn't,
be
it doesn't
down at the
overlap.
bottom.
It's butt joint. Yeah.
This snare bed would be.
right. Yeah, I see. Yeah, so it doesn't impede on the head. Right.
Lacquer custom special. I think they're awesome. I think it's going to be
cool
a
thing
game
is-
changer. I like
Acoustically, yeah. Acoustically.
My cousin would dig this.
What you doing?
Just pre-inflation of the head.
Oh,
Make sure it sits evenly.
looks like big fun.
Yes.
Oh, the electronic cymbals. This is where the electronic cymbals are made?
You at lunch? Oh no, you chilling. Can I get the pic? Can I get the video? Yeah. Okay.
Nice. She's putting together a cymbal. Nice.
That's pretty cool.
I can't wait to hear what these cymbals sound like. That's the hardest part for me on the electronic kits. The cymbals just don't respond.
Now what do you do? What do you do? Oh, you put the pieces together for the drum pedal. Do you make these? Wow. That's crazy.
Of course, from Jimi Hendrix Experience, Terry Bozzio's big kit, and of course Neil's final kit.
This is insane. Dude. How many foot pedals did he? Dude.
You got like a 20-minute drum. I would totally get the wrong
I think I hit the wrong one.
Imagine how long it would take to tune this kit.
Yeah, like.
Bro.
door right there.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Oh, there it is. And this is Mitch Mitchell's.
How many bass drums is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Why do you